Now, the first time I ever told somebody about Christ, intending to have them to seek a relationship with him, was in a movie theater in Schweinfurt, Germany. A group of us were there to watch a movie called The Hiding Place. It was a story of Corrie during the Second World War. And a friend of mine, Homeyer, pushed me to speak with a young man who was standing around with a group of his friends. Now, because Dan was a lot bigger than me, I did so, and the man came to Christ, surrounded by his unbelieving friends. God made me strong when I was overcome with fear. Well, if you're joining us in going through this 6-month reading plan through the book of Psalms, today's reading is Psalms for chapters 137 and 138, and I encourage you to read that section. Psalm 138, verses 1 through 3 says this: I will give you thanks with all my heart. I will sing praises to you before the gods. I will bow down towards your holy temple and give thanks to your name and your loving kindness and your truth. For you have magnified your word according to all your name. On the day I called, you answered me, and you made me bold with the strength of my soul. If a person has a relationship with God through Christ, they may have access to the most significant power in the universe. They have access to participate in God's very nature. 2 Peter chapter 1, verses 3 through 4 says this: But seeing that his divine power has granted us everything pertaining to life and godliness, through the true knowledge of him who has called us by his own glory and excellence, for by these things he has granted to us his precious and magnificent promises, so that they might become partakers of the divine nature, and having escaped the corruption that is in the world by lust. Now, just dwell on those two verses for a second. At the end of the verse 4, we can see that we can participate, become partakers of God's divine nature. The Greek translated word there, partaker, means one who is common with the other. In this case, we become in common with God's divine nature, just based on a relationship with God through Christ. We no longer have to do things on our own strength. We no longer have to guess what is right or wrong. We can have God's direction in our lives. Now, the verb become is written in a type of way that shows a continued activity. We should always be interacting with God through repentance and doing what he wants us to do in his power, not our own. On the day we call on God, he will make us strong and bold. This strength occurs not because of who we are, but because of to whom we are related. We have the strength to begin the healing process in the world. We need to become God's power for change through repentance and service to mankind. And if you would like a PDF copy of this entire reading plan, please send an email to phineasjacobus@runningtohim.net.